Why do some ideas stay with us while others disappear almost immediately? We have all experienced it. Two people can explain something remarkably similar. One stays with us, the other doesn't. Why? By the end of this video, I think we'll start noticing something that's been there in every great story you have ever watched, but probably never realized was quietly shaping the way you experienced it. For me, the answer started to reveal itself during my master's degree. At the time, I thought clarity came from saying more dialogue, more explanation, more context. If there was even the slightest chance someone might not understand something, I'd explain it again. I wasn't trying to overcomplicate the story. I just didn't realize I was trying to protect myself from the audience misunderstanding it. Then I had to edit the film, and that's where everything became uncomfortable. I wasn't deciding what to add anymore. I was deciding what I could live without. Every decision felt small. Until it wasn't. I remember one scene in particular. It had taken us hours to get. It was raining. Two members of the crew stayed outside in the rain so we could capture it. When we finally got the shot, it felt like we'd earned it. Maybe that's why I became so attached to it. Every time I watched the film, I knew something wasn't right. The scene interrupted the connection between what the audience had just experienced and what they need to experience next. I wish I could tell you I deleted it straight away. I didn't. I kept looking for reasons to keep it. Maybe it still works, maybe nobody will notice, maybe all that effort deserves to stay. None of those reasons had anything to do with the story. They had everything to do with me. Eventually, I deleted it completely. The next time I watched the film, something surprised me. I didn't miss the scene. I noticed everything around it. The story breathed again. That's when I understood something I've never forgotten. The audience had never been watching the effort behind that scene. They were watching the story. From that point on, I couldn't edit the same way anymore. Sometimes I'd remove a line of dialogue, not because it wasn't good, because it wasn't needed. The character had already told us everything through a look. Another sentence wouldn't help the audience. It would only reassure me. Other times I'd remove entire scenes I genuinely loved. Not because they didn't work, because they didn't belong. That's when I realized I was asking the wrong question. For weeks I'd been asking, is this a good scene? The better question was, would the story be stronger without it? That's why I've never believed editing is about cutting clips. It's about judgment. It's about deciding what deserves the audience's attention. The strange thing is, they never notice those decisions, but they feel every single one of them. They feel them when a moment ends quickly because the story needs urgency. They feel them when the camera stays still because leaving too early would steal the emotion. Most people think pacing is speed. Fast cuts, constant movement, more energy, because that's what modern videos are supposed to look like. But pacing has nothing to do with speed. Pacing is intention. Every change in rhythm should have a reason. Silence works the same way. As storytellers, we're often afraid of silence, so we fill it. Another sentence, another explanation, another example, but silence is often the moment the audience catches up. It's where they stop listening and start thinking. That's where the story becomes theirs. Sometimes the strongest decision you can make is to leave the moment exactly as it is. Imagine giving exactly the same footage to 5 different editors. You don't get 5 identical films. you'd get 5 different stories. Not because the footage changed, because every editor would notice something different, and every one of those invisible decisions would create a different experience for the audience. Looking back, my master's degree didn't just teach me how to edit or how to direct. It taught me how to let go, how to trust the audience, how to stop protecting individual moments and start protecting the story. I've realized that's true whether you are making a film, building a business, giving a presentation, or simply trying to explain an idea that deserves to be remembered. Because in the end, recording captures everything. Editing reveals what matters. We don't remember stories because they contained everything. We remember them because someone had the courage to leave something out. That's why stories are filmed once, they are written twice. If you are building a business and you want your message to be remembered, not just published, I think we will enjoy seeing how you think about storytelling. There's a link in the description to our How We Work page, where we explain the principles behind every project we create at Digivate. If that way of thinking feels right for your business, fill in the short form at the bottom and tell us a little more about what you are building. We'd love to hear your story. And if you are curious about how I approach editing and directing, that's exactly what I explore in the next videos.